3 racers remain to make it into the Gatorade Cup Series Season number 11 chase, and we head to the Iowa Speedway for the running of the Lenovo 400. Carter Freeze in car number 34 on pole for tonight's race, starting beside him in second, the 7 car of Marshall Burrell. Then in third place we have Antonin Charlebois, fourth place it's Scott Gregory, and rounding out the top 5, Levi Shones in the 14 car. Then in sixth, it's Michael Gregory. Seventh place we have Riley Sampson. Eighth place it's Steve Morgan. Ninth we have Evan Hunter, and Jay Jefferson in the 78, winner here before, he rounds out the top 10. For the rest of the field, Anthony Nez inside of him. Jake Gowie says this is one of his favorite racetracks. The results that he puts up here backs up that statement. Then we have Griffin in the 36, who's inside Freddie Soto in the 82. Along with Jonathan Rains in the 96, and points leader Roman Fenway the 43. Then you have Jeff Bright and Brett Sear the 99, with Tyler Fink and Sebastian Kuklin, who's not led a single lap so far this season. Then there's Derek Hamill the 8 and the 12 of Bronson Minnick, with Nathan Green in the 20 and the 24 of Eli Bright, with Luke Rainey and Trey Rainey. Then there's Jonathan Beeford and Zachary Fitzwater Sr., along with Jake Richardson and Zachary DeLello the 55. Then we have Brandon Beal and John Smith, Code Luigi and Kashawn Richardson. Anthony Fox in third in points, Riley Spraytuba a solid 100 points back of the points lead. Then we have Casey Nacco and TJ Hanley, William Bolin and Leon Campana, and then the final row, Diego Pez, and 77 points back in the points lead. Second in points, Max Rossi starts this race from the final starting position. There's our 42-car field for racing here in Iowa. 3 races left to make it into the chase. Let's see if someone can help their chances tonight. Let's go on track and fire these engines up with the starting command.
Drivers, start your engines.
It up. Daddy, how are you? You're right up there? Where are you at? Yes, sir.
42 engines come to life here, what's normally a crazy race here in Iowa, the Lenovo 400. Last season, this race saw 2 caution flags, both of which will happen in the final 20 laps of the race. 60 laps here in Iowa. Carter Freeze and Marshall Burrell the front row. The Lenovo 400, 3 races to make it into the chase. Green flag in the air, racing at Iowa. First lap of the night, it's Carter Freeze from pole position. Charlebois inside to turn 1 for the race lead, though. Already lead changes, Antonin Charlebois out in front Iowa. Here comes Levi Shones through. Up to second for the 14th, pressuring Charlebois for lead now down the back to turn 3. He'll dive in and make contact, sliding them both up the racetrack. Freezing through the inside, back to the front. Shones and Charlebois into the walls. They come out turn 4. Aggressive for Shones on lap 2, and it doesn't work out for him. Freezing back to the front. Burrow, who starts second, is back up to second and for the lead. Marshall Burrell for the lead, Evan Hunter in the 6, and Riley Sampson in the 19 waiting. Shones and Charlebois fall back outside the top 5. Burrell is clear. Hunter for second. Hunter and Friesen almost contact made as they come out turn 4. Marshall Burrell leads the 3rd lap. Hunter to the inside. Here comes Sampson and Michael Gregory. They get away from the bow for 6th, which is Steve Morgan inside Shones, and Soto makes it a 3-way race for 5th. Or for 6th, excuse me. Soto, here comes Fenway, our points leader. If he gets a great result and enough points here tonight, he can lock his way into the chase 2 races early. There'll be 3 wide for 6th out the corner. Morgan and Soto run for that spot. At the front, Riley Sampson to the race lead. Michael Gregory wants it off turn 2, pressuring Sampson to the inside. He goes 3 wide behind them for Roman Fenway. Now, about our points, they're making some aggressive moves. This for 6, he slides up into Soto, who got into Morgan. And Brett Sear, 42nd in the points. Up inside the top 10, looking for another good result. Here comes Scott Gregory, the 07. He has 2 wins this season. Jumped up in points majorly after a great result at Bristol Dirt. He could get inside the top 10 in points with those 2 victories if all goes right here tonight, so he might not have to use a wildcard spot. Someone who's looking for a wildcard spot, 2 wins, William Bolin. 21st in the points, coming in 2 victories. He's trying to back, though, outside the top 30, trying to break his way inside the top 30, trying to get by Jeff Wright and Bronson Big for these spots. Riley's turned to 3rd, points moving forward. As, remember, Roman Fenway is up inside the top 10. As Levi Shones into the pits, issues on the 14 car. Yeah, I have to assume a fender rub, tire rub there. with how he got to the wall with Anthony trouble. I have to assume there's something wrong with that 14 in terms of the tires. So great call to get down pit road in case something happens, but it's going to be a tough break for Shones. He has not had a great season. Looking for another Gatorade Cup Series win. He has 11, but has not been able to score one here this season. Isn't that looking like more of the same? Michael Gregory, Marshborough first and second. Riley Sampson the third, battle for fourth. Finally up inside the top 5, looking for fourth and Evan Hunter. Our points leader has led in more races than anyone this season. He's led in 10 races this season. The next highest, 7. Just shows how strong that 43 team has been race after race. He'll get put to the outside by Scott Gregory there. Here comes Brett Sierra, painting that yellow line pretty well on the inside. Trying to move by pole sitter Carter Friesen for a spot. How about Sierra up to 7th? Kukulon inside the top 10 has not led a single lap this season, very contrary to what we just said about Roman Fenway. Kukulon has led 0 races this season. Looking for a first lap later tonight, maybe a win tonight. Be huge for him. Sierra looking on Scott Gregory up at the front. Burrow trying to fend off Evan Hunter. The 6 not letting him get away though. To turn 1 to the inside looks. His teammate Brett Sears coming forward. Michael Gregory way wide in the 33. He'll lose all the ground he had onto Burrow and Hunter, who stay side by side for a second to turn number 3. Hunter on the inside had the advantage to come off turn 4. Evan Hunter to P2. Burrow back to third in the battle now. Scott Gregory for that spot. Scott looking low down the front stretch. The 07 knows. Scott Gregory knows, so he can get a great run tonight. Get up inside the top 10 in points. Be comfortable with 2 races left in the regular season. 2 victories if you're in the top 10 in points. You pretty much know that maybe he can't fall inside the top 20. So a great result here tonight could be big for Scott Gregory. Again, Gregory up the racetrack. Michael it is. Here comes Evan Hunter with a nice run to the bottom. Evan Hunter's going to be there in turn 1, I think. Down to the inside. Here comes the other RCR Gregory driver. Scott looking low on them both. How about Brett Sierra coming 3 wide? That 99 looking for third. Hunter to the inside. Michael Gregory. Sierra to the inside. Scott Gregory. Battle for the lead. Battle for third. And it's Roushman Racing passing both the RCR cars. Hunter passes Michael Gregory, Sierra passes Scott Gregory, and Sierra looking on Michael. How about this? Roush Fenway Racing first and second as they come off turn 2. Evan Hunter leads, Brett Sierra the 1 in second. Riley Sampson, after last race, said, my chase hopes are done. He's trying to prove himself wrong here tonight. A win or a great performance, get back up inside the top 20 for a wild card spot. There's a lot of drivers that can get those wild card spots. It's very, very close. Just inside the top 10, just outside the top 10 in terms of those positions. So no one's safe yet in the chase except for Eli Bright. After tonight, though, we can have some drivers that lock their way in. And Sierra puts his teammate Hunter into the outside wall. Sierra also gets it, and Scott Gregory through to the lead. All right, well, that's not going to go over well in that meeting after this race. That Roush meeting is not going to look so pretty. Sierra dove it in on Evan Hunter, put his teammate into the outside wall. Sierra loses the lead because of it. Scott Gregory moving by to the lead. And Roush Fenway Racing now carrying Roman Fenway at the track as Steve Morgan almost puts the 43 to the wall. And Fenway still banging with Morgan as they come down the front straight. It's not over. Battle for 5th. Steve Morgan will take it for 2nd position. Riley Sampson looking on Brett Sierra. The 99 got wide. Sampson gonna try and drive it into turn 3. Sierra goes up the racetrack. Here comes Sampson and Burrow both. Sampson into Sierra, almost spinning him out. Burrow into Sampson. And they're still banging doors down the front stretch. Burrow for 3rd. Morgan way up the track for 5th. Brandon Beal to the top 5 of the 9. Another driver who could get a chase spot in a wild card. Has a win earlier in the season at Las Vegas. Because 2nd here tonight could be big towards his chase chances. Riley Sampson, Marshall Burrow side by side for 3rd again. Brett Sears letting Scott Gregory get away because that 99 cannot not hold the bond now. He got to the wall though as well. Maybe some contact and that damage has affected the handling on that 99 car. Now, with how many issues we've had tonight so far, we've not had a single caution flag. Insane to think about with how much has been happening so far tonight. We saw the team push other to the wall. Jones and Anton Charles Blanc get to the wall. I mean, it's been crazy. Roush Fenway Racing has been a wall magnet so far. Only drivers that haven't really gotten in trouble, Casey and Echo. Morgan put Fenway at the track. Sierra and the 6 of Hunter made contact. Anton Charles Blanc onto the wall. So far, those Roush cars looking good. Morgan up inside the top 10. Sierra inside the top 5. Anton Charles Blanc trying to claw his way back inside the top 15. For 3rd again. Burrow back inside Riley Sampson to the 1st corner. Scott Gregory from the lead may have gone up the racetrack a little right there. Went up more than Sierra did. Sierra went to the middle. Burrow to third. He gets by Riley Sampson. For fifth, Brandon Beal has it. Kukulon wants it. The 13 driver. Moving to fifth. Sampson gained back on Burrow through 3 and 4, but got a little tight behind him and had to lift. Kukulon couldn't complete the pass on Brandon Beal. The 9 keeps it for now. Right by his teammate Riley Sampson. Again, Scott Gregory up the track. Brett Sierra is there down the back straight. He'll be there in turn 3 as well. Scott wide again. Sierra hugging that yellow line down the inside and move to the inside. Back around. Scott Gregory leads. Brett Sierra inside to turn number 1. Brett sliding up a little there, but kept it nice and clean on the bottom, and Brett Sierra is clear to the top spot. Here comes Marshall Burrow. He's up to second in case that 9-9 slips again. Sierra does go wide. Burrow will have a shot to the inside as they come off turn 4. Sierra leads the lap. And now Sampson for second. Kukulon makes it a 5-car race for the lead. Riley Sampson, the P2 winner at Denver earlier in the season. They're catching the lap car of Levi Jones. I don't know if they're catching him or if they're just keeping their pace with him. It's just something to keep an eye on in case something happens here. Scott Gregory and Riley Sampson side by side. Scott trying to get back to the top spot where he was just a few laps ago. 9-9 took it from him. The 07 trying to take it back. Here comes Kukulon. Talked about it before. Hasn't led a lap this season. Can he change that here tonight? Looking inside for third on Riley Sampson. And for the lead, Sierra way up the track. And Scott Gregory going to take easy advantage to get to the inside. He will get by the 9-9 and lead the lap. And they're into the wall. Sampson got the wall. Might have been Kukulon to put him into it. Scott Gregory clears, but goes wide. Cross under for the 9-9. 3 wide for the 13. He'll back out. Sierra through to the middle to the front. Wow. That was a move and a half. Scott tried a slide job to get up in front of the 9-9. Took it too far. Sierra got to the middle and powered through it. What great rear grip on that 9-9 to get the power down. All right, here comes Kukulon, though. Looking for that lap lead. Caution out. Caution is out. A big pileup on the front stretch. Jeff Bright, Jake Richardson, Jake Galloway, Anthony Fox, Yepez and others. Back around to the yellow flag. Sierra and Kukulon lap number 27 they've completed. Sierra back in front. They have to watch out now for these cars that are slower. I believe they've all gotten it slowed down. Well, this will put them now into their window. They're good to go without pitting from here. They see Sierra going down pit road with Kukulon. Looks like Levi Jones as well will head to the pits. So caution flag is out, and these drivers know that this is their winner right here. They can make it the rest of the race on fuel and tires. They've made it to basically halfway. You go about 40 laps on a tank of fuel, so no issues to make it. The question is, will they take 2 or 4 tires? Tires don't really matter here, but maybe they could after a long run if those left sides start to wear out a lot. So we'll see what Sierra does here in the 9-9. He's the first driver to his pit stall of the race leaders. A little bit faster in the right front than the right rear, and taking a little bit of time to maybe pull the fenders out. The 9-9, he'll leave with 2 fresh Goodyear Eagles. All right, 2 tires. That's the call. Scott Gregory hits Carter Friesen as he leaves. He'll have some right side damage. Friesen were late in the pits because he's falling back through the field. He was the number 1 pit stall. So Brett Sierra leads with the race lead in the 99 car, beating Scott Gregory off of pit road. Caution flag is out. Let's see what happened to Jake Richardson much of the back half of the field. We mentioned how Roush is not be able to stay out of trouble here tonight, and looks like Evan Hunter, after getting hit into the wall by teammate Brett Sierra, got back in the traffic. And we see what happens when he get back there. Racing aggressively, gets into Spro 2, tries to keep it off him, gets into Minnick, gets into Spro 2 down to Minnick. They hit, they get away. Eli Bright narrowly avoids with Griffin Lynn and Kashawn Richardson. Hunter then gets hit by Cole Luigi, gets hit by William Bolin. Hanley, Hamill, John Smith, Nanago, Trey Rainey. There's Fox with Luke Rainey, Nathan Green, Jake Gowing, the pile-in behind, the pile-in effect. With Jeff Wright getting hit by Jake Richardson. Leon Capana sideways, won here last night at the target race. Second in points, Max Rossi involved in the A3 car. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and Zachary DeLello. Hanley, Hunter, Jay Jefferson back here in the 78. A lot of names trying to make it into the chase involved in this one. See Hunter right there, tried to stay off Spro Tube and got down to Minnick. How about Eli Bright doing a great job with Griffin Lynn? Kashawn Richardson as well. They're trying to make the chase. Luigi and Bolin looking for wildcard spots and top 20 in spots. Luke Rainey looking for the top 10 in points. Nathan Green looking for a wildcard spot. Jeff Brent looking for a wildcard spot. A lot of chase hopefuls involved in this one. For Brett Sear, it's been a great night so far. He's led the most laps. He led off pit road. His crew did the job. Now he has to do his job. We'll go green after the halfway point of the Lenovo 400 here in Iowa. Back green on lap number 32, just a lap after the halfway point of this race. Jake Richardson and Jeff Bright out a hard break for the 5 with Jeff Bright, who will now have to perform perfectly in these final 2 races to make it into the chase. Schoen's 1 lap down and 39 cars on the lead lap. Brett Sierra has dominated so far tonight. He's out front. Scott Gregory second, third place. Sebastian Kukulan. Pointer Fenway is fourth, and Brandon Beal is fifth. Burrow, Michael Gregory, Jonathan Beeford, Morgan, and Reigns are the front 10. Good jump for Sierra there. Got away from Scott Gregory. Remember, the Ozem's got some right side damage because he hit Friesen leaving pit road. So if that, we'll see if that plays an issue to his handling here. Down the back, off to turn 3. And Scott forced to the outside big time by Kukulan, who dove it into the bottom of turn 3. Honestly, the handling may be a little different than the Ozem. We got to get used to it. Might take a few laps for him to get into a pace, into a rhythm where he can go with that race car. Our points leader, Roman Fenway, looking for his second triumph of the season. Moves up to third. Trying to look on Kukulan for a second now. He'll dive it in and spin the 13. Kukulan sideways with Fenway there on the apron. The 43-13 spin. Into the outside wall. Michael Gregory flips Fenway. Hernandez piles in. Evan Hunter in it again. Jay Jefferson in it. And Fenway on his lid, still sliding around. 2 of the top 3 are crashed. Campana again in it. Second caution flag. This one a lot bigger than the first. Sierra ahead of the madness gets away with the lead, but 2 of the top 3 contenders crashed out, including points leader Roman Fenway, who takes a nasty tumble off turn number 4. Let's see what happens. Second caution flag of the Lenovo 400. Fenway had a bad angle into the corner, but tried to dive it in on Sebastian Kukulan, who is coming down the racetrack because he's clear. He knows he's clear. Spire saying, you're clear low, get down low. Fenway says, I'll just dive in. By the time 13 knows that, he's already moving down. Fenway and Kukulan slide for the entirety of turns 3 and 4. Finally, when they got into the apron, it spins both them around. They make hard contact with the rear of the cars, looking them both in the air. And as Fenway comes back down, Michael Gregory runs into the undercarriage of the 43, flipping it up and over. They see John Reigns. Hernandez comes piling into the 33, nowhere to go. Minnick on the outside gets away with Bullen. Hunter nails the 33, who also gets hit by Jay Jefferson, and others get piled in. You can see Kukulan driving away, Fenway on his lid, just rolling around like a top. And a bad points night for our points leaders, running inside the top 10 for a majority of this race. Now, the first half of this race went perfectly for Fenway. He's going to extend that points lead, and he's going to lose points to Rossi and Sprint to both. Look at Scott Gregory get through that. Morgan and Charles Bois, Sampson and others. How about Tyler Fink? Max Rossi found a way down low. And all those drivers on the outside that did a great job as well. That was insane to see those drivers get through it. There were a lot of close calls. Another look at this, and this will be a little bit better look at that. Right here, watch them drift through this corner for basically the entirety of turn 3 and 4. They were sideways. Look at all those cars. Look at these cars get by. Fenway went upside down over the top of Kukulan. They see the cars on the outside just driving through, trying to get away as quick as they could. Jones actually got contact well on the 14. This will be another great look at, because this is very close. Spectator camera normally far away from the action. This time, very close, because it happened off turn 4. That 43 is getting into the air, and then he had air when the 33 hit him on the undercarriage. Look at all the cars that got through, but about 5, 6, 7 did not, including points to the Roman Fenway, who will be out of the Lenovo 400 early, and the driver who leads. As points to Fenway goes out of the race, the leader is last in points. Brett Sear looking for some sort of triumph in season number 11. The rookie is out front in Iowa. We have some rookies at the front of the field. We'll go back green on lap number 38. 23 laps to go. A lot more cars out. Zachary Fitzwater Sr., Michael Gregory, Evan Hunter, Jay Jefferson, Anthony Hernandez, Roman Fenway, Sebastian Kukulan. Schoen's and Yepes both 1 lap down, 33rd and 32nd. 31 cars on the lead, that being rounded out by Jonathan Reigns in the 96. So Brett Sears led the most laps so far tonight, but he has to try and stay out front for 23 more laps. He'll come down here with an issue, the 9-9! Just on the restart, some observation, maybe a flat tire. He misses pit road, though. We're coming green, the 9-9 off pace. Brandon Beal will pick up the race lead in the 9. We're back green. Sears' car's not going. There's some huge mechanical issue. And if a season couldn't get any worse for Brett Sierra, it just has right there. And the caution will come back out immediately because of this. Brandon Beal out front. Buford will be second. Burrow third. Scott Gerger back into the wall. Caution flag again. Our second straight, our third of the night. This one is heartbreak for the driver who was dominating tonight, Brett Sierra. Looking for his first ever Gatorade Cup Series win, and sometimes it's hard to get it. He'll get to pit road. He'll be a lap down. He's going to be out of the running. Looks like he's going to stay in the race, though. Storm Service on the 99. They've fixed it. Let's see what happened to cause the caution. Try to just listen here and see if you can hear anything. Brett Sierra leading. Coming to the green out front. Notices some sort of issue. Down low. For some reason, he didn't go down pit road there. We tried to step on the gas. Nothing. It stops and brings out the yellow flag. He's still on the track. I believe he's fallen one lap down. He's still out there. He'll be able to contend for spots, but heartbreaking. It's not going to be a winning day for what many thought was going to be Brett Sierra's victory. For Brandon Beal, he gets the lucky draw. He's now the race leader with under 20 to go, looking for his second win of the season and a chase spot if he can win here tonight. Green flag, 18 to go. No cars obviously DNF from this. Brett Sierra is now going to be 32nd. The best he can finish at this moment going to be 31st if he can pass Levi Shones. 30 cars on the lead lap, and our dominant car stuck one lap down with whatever issue happened on the 99. So now Brandon Beal gets the lucky draw. Now he's out front. John Buford looking for a win this season. He's second. Marshall Burrows currently third. Steve Morgan fourth. And Scott Gerger damaged and all, but he's currently fifth. Anson Charbois is sixth. Freddie Soto seventh. Riley Sampson eighth. Riley Sprose ninth. And Carter Friesen inside the top 10. Our Pulsar coming back. So the radar on the A2. He has some damage, but it's not too much. Green flag, 18 to go for Brandon Beal. So Beal won earlier this season in Las Vegas. Looking for a second here. He leads Buford off turn 2 with a nice gap. Now those front four guy away. Scott Gerger in 5th. I just don't think that car is 100% with that damage he has. For the lead, Buford better through 3 and 4. Scott Gerger forced wide in the 07, so he'll drop back right there. Back to 7th, and so many more on the inside moving forward. John Smith still trucking out with some damage. Up inside the top 15. Griffin Lynn barely inside the top 10 in points lead moving forward. Bronson Mickle get inside the top 20 for a wildcard spot. How about Bullen? 2 wins outside the top 20 in points, looking for a top 20 or top 15 here tonight to get him some points to get up there. He's only about 7 out of the top 20 last we checked. So he has a shot still. Max Rossi with an issue on pit road. Second in points. Beal way up the racetrack and to the lead for Steve Morgan. And Burrow for second. Now Burrow for the lead. He'll slide up. He leaves him on the bottom for Buford. Simpson can cut down though. They're banging doors for the lead on lap number 45. 15 to go. Steve Morgan, the 26th, the race leader. He slides really wide, and Marshall Burrell is out front. All right, 777 at the front. 7 leads 77 off turn number 2. Buford trying to clear to get up to Burrell. Brandon Beal to 9. Riley Sampson, his teammate, coming forward as well. Caution. 4th one of the night. This one involves Eli Bright and Trey Rainey. John Smith as well collected in this one. As we're seeing right now, 3-car accident, 14 to go, 11 under 10 to go, restart our 4th caution of the night. Very, very crazy racing. Eli Bright locked in due to the All-Star win, but a bad night for Eli. We'll drop him down in points. Let's see what happened. 4th caution flag at Lenovo 400. A 3-way battle through 3 and 4. Derek Himmel inside Eli Bright, middle, outside John Smith. Eli sliding up in the 24, gets a little too wide. John Smith still out there. They'll get hooked together, making contact. Into the outside wall hard for both. Smith, tons of front end damage. Eli Bright, tons of damage. Still spinning around. See Lynn get on the brakes. Eli Bright in the air, almost upside down. Then Trey Rainey, the 18, comes into it. He just kind of hits Eli. Once again, those two have had history. That's something we keep talking about. I mean, if something maybe happened earlier in this race, earlier this season, it goes back to Season 4 Gatorade Cup Series and the Texas Chase race when Eli initially cut down to Trey Rainey, a chaser, taking Trey out of the chase hunt. So, no love lost between those two, but for whatever reason, Trey decided this was the time to hit Eli and come back into the wall, hit him again. I mean, there was something going on there, something fishy between the 24 and the 18 in that regard right there. For Marshall Burrow, he's loving it. He's getting some laps sledding. Some laps getting ticked off the board, but now restart with him out in front, under 10 to go. Can he hold off a veteran, Jonathan Beeford? 10 laps left when we get the green flag. 10 laps left, 3 races left to make it into the chase. It's about to be 2 in 10 more laps. John Smith and Yepes both out of the race. For Smith, a heartbreak there. Had a chase spot, then the last few races has fallen to 20th in the points. Now he's going to fall inside the top 20. Probably not have a shot at it at the moment. 28 cars on the last of them, Eli Bright in the 24. It's Marshall Burrow, Jonathan Beeford, Steve Morgan, Brandon Beal, and Riley Sampson in the top 5. Soto, Charles Bois, Spurley, Duke, Friesen, and Fink are the top 10. We are back green in Iowa. Decent jump for Burrow, but Beeford stayed with them. Beeford did not let the 7 get away. Trying to jump low as they come off turn 2, trying to get there. Down the backstretch, 3 cars pull away. 4th place, Beal did not get going on the restart. Marshall Burrow, Jonathan Beeford, Steve Morgan to sell it at this moment. Looking for the lead. Burrow slides up, Beeford middle, but down low. Steve Morgan on the 77. 9 laps to go in Iowa. Marshall Burrow, the 7 leads. Morgan's there to the inside, damaging all the 26, but it's not affecting him. He gets out to the front. Steve Morgan, leader in Iowa. All right, can Beeford cross under here? The 26 slid up a little bit. Beeford for second. Burrow still fighting back on the outside with 8 to go. He's not let the 26 clear him yet. That's allowing Beeford to come forward. That 77. He didn't get through turn 1 well, though, and Burrow's going to clear for second, I have to believe. He does get in line. How about Marshall Burrow, the aggressive move on the outside to get clear. Now Morgan's wide. And Burrow back to the inside. He'll get it back. Side by side, 7 to go. We've seen finishes where racers are coming across the line wrecking. Back in season 9 in the chase race here. Down the back, Beeford now beside Morgan as Burrow tries to pull away. Lap traffic ahead. It's a car that's just come off here. It's Max Rossi, second in the points. Burrow went a little wide, but kept it there. 6 to go in Iowa. Jonathan Beeford trying to clear for a second to run down that 7. Burrow wide through turn 1. And Beeford will clear for a second. Anson and Charles Bois up to P3 in the 16. We saw his teammate out front dominate Brett Sierra, looking to bring it home from Roush Fenway here. Up to 3rd for the 16 driver, and 5 to go to the start-finish line. Burrow leads, 5 to go, yellow flag would end in Iowa. Charles Bois trying to get there in the 16, he'll get to P2. He'll look for the lead off turn 2, a big run. As Burrow slid up, Charles Bois down to the inside. And here comes Riley Sprutu for 3rd. 3rd in the point standings. Sprutu coming back, looking for his 2nd of the season. First one came at Talladega. And that one came in a photo finish. 4 laps to go. The person he beat in that photo finish, the run running in 2nd, Marshall Burrow. Charles Bois clears. Can Burrow clear for 2nd? Sprutu lets him in line. I think he's saying, you go up there and battle, I'll just follow you through. 3 laps to go for Anson and Charles Bois. Picked up a win earlier this season at Pocono. Finished 3rd at the dirt. He's inside the top 10 in points, looking for a chase spot. A 2nd win would make everything better. Burrow trying to get there. 2 cars break away from 3rd place. He's there. Burrow back to the inside. 2 more laps in Iowa. And Max Rossi lap car ahead. Pole sitter Carter Friesen back up to 4th, but I don't think he has enough time to get to the front 2. Marshall Burrow trying to get around the lap car, Max Rossi. Charles Bois going to try and keep touch with the 7. They're coming to the white flag. The leaders are 3 wide around the lapper. They get around. Marshall Burrow, the 7. He's clear. Anson and Charles Bois in 2nd. Last lap in Iowa. Charles Bois stays high. With the track and almost into the wall. The 7 is away. They're side by side for 2nd. Marshall Burrow in control to turn 3. Sprutu will be 2nd, but he won't run down the 7 this time. Off 4, Burrow plays it right, gets around lap traffic, checkers are out, and Marshall Burrow wins in Iowa. A great win for Marshall Burrow. The 17 finds some right in a season which has been misery for the 7. Marshall Burrow wins in Iowa, the Lenovo 400. Riley Sprutu battles up to get 2nd. A great point tonight. Pole sitter Carter Friesen gets a top 5 with 4th. Let's go see the finish results now after Iowa. Here are the finish results from the Lenovo 400 at the Iowa Speedway. 4 caution flags tonight for 16 laps, and we had 15 lead changes, 10 drivers out front today in Iowa. The one who led at the end, Marshall Burrell, led most laps after Brett Sierra fell a lap down. Burrell wins the race, started second here tonight, had a great race car. The 7 team did it here tonight. Second place belongs to Riley Sprotube. Came in third in points, will leave us the points leader. Started 35th. He finished second. Great night for Riley here tonight. Anson Charles finished right where he started in third. Maybe has shot the white flag if he didn't go really wide through turns 1 and 2. Carter Friesen from pole, he finishes fourth. He really fell back there mid-race and recovered greatly. And Freddie Soto, the A2, rounds out the top 5. Tyler Fink trying to make it into the chase. 6th place for him. Riley Sampson trying to get a wildcard spot. He ends up 7th right where he started. Same with Steve Morgan. Started 8th, finished 8th. Jonathan Beeford gets 9th, and Derek Hamill, the 8, rounds out the top 10. Zachary DeLello gets 11th, Casey Naco 12th, Cole Luigi 13th, Brandon Beal falls to finish in 14th, so the 9 car did not have a great last run, and Nathan Green gets 15th. Luke Rennie gets 16th, Scott Greger fade back to finish 17th, so that damage he got after hitting Carter Friesen on pit road, enough to fade him back through the field. Kush Richardson gets 18th, William Bullen 19th, and Griffin Lynn rounds out the top 20 in the 36 car. Look down, 21st place to Bronson Mick, 22nd Trey Rainey, Leon Capano 23rd, 24th TJ Hanley, 25th for Anthony Fox. 26th place Jake Gowey, 27th Jonathan Rains, and 28th Eli Brett, the cars on the lead lap. 1 lap down, Brett Sierra led the most laps, a 13er tonight. One of the best races he's had this season, if not the best race he's had this season. But some sort of issue on the 99 car, puts him 1 lap down. He stayed in the race, but never had a shot after he had to come down pit road. Shones and Rossi also laps down. Then out of the race, Yepez, Smith, Kukulon, Fenway, Hernandez, Jefferson, Hunter, Michael Gregory, Fitzwater, Jeff Wright, and Jake Richardson. Let's go see the point standings. 2 races remain in the regular season. 2 races left to make it into the chase. Here are the point standings. Riley Sprotube, the 28, up on top. 12 up on Roman Fenway, who falls to second. Max Rossi is now third. He's 77 back, so he actually didn't lose any ground to the points leader. He was 77 back of Fenway coming in. He's 77 back of Sprotube leaving the race. Eli Bright is currently 4th, and Tyler Fink up inside the top 5. They have Jonathan Rain 6th, Anthony Charbois 7th, Jonathan Beeford 8th, Jay Jefferson 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Griffin Lynn in the 36. 11th place is Scott Gregory, 12th is Freddie Soto, 13th Luke Rainey, 14th Carter Friesen, 15th place Anthony Fox. Riley Sampson is currently 16th, Nathan Green 17th, Brandon Beal 18th, Leon Capano 19th, and rounding out the top 20 is William Bullen in the 31. A lot of chaos regarding the wildcard spot. Right now, the 2 drivers in on wildcards. Scott Greger 11th in points, 2 victories. William Bullen 20th in points, 2 victories. But look at all the winners between them. Soto in 12th, Fox 15th, Sampson 16th, Green 17th, Beal 18th, Campana 19th. Those winners right there. If Bullen falls out, if Scott Gregory jumps in, then they're bound for the wildcard spots. So that's insane how many winners we have. Only 2 drivers, Luke Rainey and Carter Friesen, are from 11th to 20th without victories. These drivers are really relying on that wildcard spot right now, but they have to rely on the 31 either falling out or the 07 jumping in, or both happening. So, a lot to digest there after Iowa. We mentioned before, we didn't mention this, but we mentioned that some drivers could lock their way in to the chase after tonight. 296 points up on 11th would do it. For Sprotube, Fenway, and Rossi, they did just that. Obviously, Sprotube 392 up on 11th. Fenway only 12 back, so he is 380 up. And then Max Rossi is not that far back as well. He's 77 back, 392 up. So he's about 315 up. So those drivers definitely have locked their way in. Those front 4 actually in points because Eli Bright in on that All-Star win. So the front 4 points safe to make it into the chase no matter what happens in these next 2 races. They are in. For Griffin Lynn, he's only 36 up in. Jay Jefferson's not that far in as well, only 43 in. Jonathan Beeford's only 47 in, so still very close there to get into the top 10 points and for the wildcard spot as well. For William Bullen, he is only right now 10 points up on 21st place in points because Sean Richardson. So those few points right there could make the difference come chase time. Kashan's currently 21st, Hernandez 22nd, Hanley 23rd, John Smith, and Zachary DeLello. Minna Kidswin is 26th, Jeff Bright 28th with his victory, Marshall Burrell up to 30th, his first victory of the season. Colucci is now 32nd, 2 victories. He is getting closer to the top 20, but he's not making enough progress. He has 2 races to do it, 2 wins. It's possible he needs to keep performing really well. He got top 15 tonight, but he needs to get top 5s and top 10s to really move up and get chunks of points at times. Right now, he only got 1 position in points. And then down below, Luigi, Jake Gowey, 38th, Fitzwater, Hamill, Yepez, and Sierra down at the bottom of the points list. Well, it's been a crazy season, and 2 races left to make into the chase. It's going to be even crazier as we head to South Carolina, Darlington Raceway, the Southern 500. I will see you guys then.